We're going to transition into our second presentation, CitruSolutions, father-son duo of Bob and Jonathan Chambers. I have a conundrum that they need your help with. So with that, Bob and Jonathan.
Well, good morning, guys. Good morning. Thank y'all for being here. We appreciate it. So again, my name is Jonathan Chambers. This is my dad and business partner, Bob Chambers. He's been my business partner since 2009. I've been my dad for a long time. So, amazing how that works. So anyway, we just want to jump right in. So a couple of years ago, well, first of all, we're the founders and the owners of CitruSolutions Carpet Cleaning, carpet, rug, and upholstery cleaning service here in Statesboro. That services Bullock, Bryan, and Effingham counties, and we've done that since 2009. So basically, a little bit about our story real quick is the entrepreneurial bug certainly bit us in 2008, 2009, probably a lot earlier than that, but it reared its ugly head in 2009, where basically the CitruSolution brand and idea kind of found us. And so a little bit about that brand. You've probably seen some of our fleet around town. This was our primary vehicle. We still use it for marketing and for cleaning. The gentleman here was one of our technicians. He now has his own CitruSolution in Tampa, Florida, but he is wearing the big orange guy. That's our mascot. And so he goes around to different events when we need him to. Of course, then we have our van is one of our main fleet vehicles that does most of our cleaning. We've got a couple other vehicles that we use as well, so you may recognize those. But real quick, why did we get into the carpet cleaning industry? We didn't wake up thinking, yay, let's go do carpet cleaning. So most people, when they think of carpet cleaning, they think usually soaking wet carpets, or it smells like a wet dog, or it took forever to dry, the spots came back a couple days later. So there's really two reasons why we got into the carpet cleaning industry. One, we wanted to change the reputation of the carpet cleaning industry. We wanted people to realize that there are professional technicians who are clean, they know what they're doing, they've been trained well, and they actually care about people. And then two, we had been introduced to the CitruSolution product and brand, and it was different than anything we'd ever seen. And so real quick, I don't want to bore you with details, but I just want to kind of reveal to you our tagline. I think this would be an easy way to tell you what makes us different from the competition. So first of all, it cleans better, and the reason it does is because it's a more natural citrus product. And so it's extracted from fruits, and it does great at neutralizing stains without using any harsh chemicals or soap. It also dries faster because we're using a whole lot less water than steam cleaning or shampoo process. So you're talking a typical dry time on most carpet is going to be 2 to 3 hours. It stays cleaner longer, and one main reason is because of the ingredients in the product, because there's no soap. So it keeps the resoiling less likely with our process. And then finally, what most of our clients love, especially the ladies, it smells fantastic. So when you have a more natural citrus product, it just smells great. And then I wanted to take you real quick through our process. So it's a 5-step process. The first thing we do every time, we pre-vac to remove most of the soil. And we pre-treat and distribute our product onto the carpet and the spots. Next is rotary activation, which scrubs, absorbs, cleans, and activates all at the same time. Then we do another post-vac, and that removes any debris that we clean from the carpet. We love to present that well with beautiful lines. And then we clean baseboards, which people see that and they think, baseboards? I mean, who cleans baseboards? We do. Because it matters to us, it matters to you. Most people don't get down on their hands and knees. Most people don't. And so we do it for you because it means a lot for us to take care of the details. Something that we hear quite a bit from our clients is, wow, it looks brand new. And so the reason they say that is because our product and process gets real results. And so we've got amazing before and after pictures. These are pretty recent, just from a couple months ago, a hallway that's been brought back to life. This was a lady who decided to buy some cleaner online and squirted it in a strange pattern. I'm not sure why. It didn't work out too well, but it ended well for her. Here's another example of a living room of a lady who had an empty house and thought she was going to have to rip up the carpet, and she didn't have to. So anyway, real quick, some of our accomplishments. We thank the Lord. We were able to win Best of the Borough the last 3 years. We've been in business for 7 years, and we've served over 1,500 clients. And so I want to tell you real quick about some growth potential. We're excited about our current business and where we've grown, but also excited about the future. So where we are right now, we are a 3-county area, Bullock, Bryan, and Effingham. Some raw numbers from the 2014 census, about 161,000 people. Well, we're looking forward to the future with our potential looking at Chatham County, which strategically is located where we are. Chatham County has a potential of bringing in the entire 4-county area at close to 500,000 people. So the potential just in Chatham County can more than double our size. So it's very exciting. So we say all that today to give you guys our challenge. And that's this. We're looking for an entrepreneur to take CitruSolutions to the next level. And so what does that mean? Well, here's what that means. So my dad and I are in a position in our personal lives where mom and dad want to retire, and my wife and 2 girls want to move to North Georgia. And so what that means is we need to sell our business. And so we present to you guys a unique challenge and an opportunity for you to partner with us to help us to figure out how to do that. And so here's some ways that you can help us think through that. How do we pave a path toward a new customer? A new owner for the business? How do we market the sale of our business? How do we get in front of the right people? And then how and where do we network? You know, there's ways that work and ways that don't. Well, how do we network with people who may be interested in buying a business? But that is our challenge and opportunity this morning. We appreciate your time. Any questions?
Great, we'll start our 20 minutes now. Again, make sure you introduce yourself in the name of your business as you're offering up the feedback.
Bob.
Bob Lenhart, Crystal Park Christian Camp. Jonathan has been in our house how many times? Several times. But he cleans the upholstery. Fantastic. If you have animals or whatever, he does a terrific job with upholstery.
Thank you. Do you need a check now or later?
I'm curious, how many people are our customers right now?
That's awesome. Wow.
Thank you.
Demetria Smith, Simplified Flooring. Are you taking a different route from going to the professionals that actually help you sell your business? Do you not want to exclude that totally and just open it up to the community? Or
Good question. So when you say professionals, what do you mean specifically? Like
Brokers.
Brokers.
Yeah,
Help you
business.
sell business.
We've certainly considered that. I mean, that's an option that's on the table. I mean, obviously, like a real estate agent, they're going to take a cut, which is
Right,
fine.
right.
We don't know it, and so that's part of the problem is where do we go? I don't know of any
We
states.
have
Do you have one
We have one in B&I.
Yeah.
Okay. from Savannah, or is he from here?
He's from Bluffton, yeah.
Bluffton.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's certainly something that we've considered. So
There's another one called VR, something like that, so that
VR,
V,
VR.
VR,
Okay. Thank you.
Are you looking to owner finance, or is it a cash flow basis, or?
That's an excellent question. I wasn't prepared for that question.
You know, depending on who we talk to, sit down and talk to, and you know, work out the numbers with, yeah, that's something we might consider, depending on what the offer would be. So,
It's probably a case by case, I would imagine. You know. So
As someone that's bought and sold businesses before, just based on the last answer, I would say it's very important that you put together a complete package on what you want, and have an idea, you know, not only an idea, but this is where we're at, this is what it would take, but you need to be able to show a potential buyer what your cash flow is and how you justify your price. Then, in my experience over the last 5-6 years, is a lot of people do need owner financing. It's just the nature of the animal now, unless they have deep pockets. So you need to have an understanding going up front, what would you be willing to hold? How much cash do you feel you have to get out of it? How much, you know, are you willing to carry and for how long? And those are questions you need to be, because when somebody sits down with you, it's the first things you hear. So you really need to have pretty much that cut and dry where you're at on that. Even a business broker is going to ask you, if you go find a business broker, the first thing they'll say to you is how much paper are you willing to carry? Because that's just the market today. And then all that will base on, then you have to justify your numbers based on what your cash flow is and fees and things of that nature, and all their transfer fees to the franchisor if you sell, and if, you know, all those things they need to know up front when they go right in, because otherwise you'll scare people away. You might scare them away the first conversation. There's nothing worse than getting them interested, and then showing them that information, scaring away that way. But people knew up front, this is what, this is what's involved, then they can make a decision whether to move forward, because the most important thing you're gonna find is the amount of time it's gonna take you. You don't wanna waste any more time, because it's, like I said, in my experience, it's a long drawn out process to sell a business, to successfully sell, so you wanna scare them away early. You need to find the tire kickers real quick. So those are questions that you guys have to really know what your comfort level is on those.
Yeah. Thanks, Fred. Jeff?
Jeff Davis, Innovations. Are you trying to are you trying to get out completely, or are you trying to like keep the integrity and say, be connected still to it? To it still? Or, because you might could go to like, Rainbow or somebody like that, a big chain or something, and say, I want to give this up and get out the way. But are you going to still be connected to it any kind of way?
Good question. Thanks, Jeff. No, I think we're looking for a full release. It has been a fantastic business. It's grown 7 years straight, which has been awesome. And so it's for us, I think it'd be easier just to kind of leverage our next opportunity and season of life for us to just be able to pull back completely and pass it to the next entrepreneur that wants to take it to the next level. So we'd be willing to sit down and even offer, an easy transition of training, 4 or 6 weeks, however that person desires, to make it smooth. So I don't necessarily see integrity and letting go of it all the way as a dichotomy.
And my other part was, is there anybody in the company that's interested in taking it over?
In the company,
He moved to Tampa and bought his own.
we started his own. He enjoyed it so well, he did his own, right? Somehow we messed that up.
Which really, that's an exciting testimony about the business.
Yes.
That somebody that was our technician, main technician, we hated to lose him, but he was moving to Tampa. And our CEO helped him find financing to start his own in Tampa. So we're excited.
Yeah, anyone else?
Let me warn you against selling a business, financing it for them. Especially in a business, it's not like a house or a dwelling, apartment house that you have. You still have that apartment house. But he can ruin a business in 6 months. He can walk away from it. And
hand it back to
so
Rude.
it's yours and it's a mess. So everything that you've done and built up over the last 7 or 8 years is just washed away.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
What about for those of you who have bought a business, or someone who's bought a business, how did they find out the business was for sale?
I'm Demetria Smith, Platform. We have friends that just purchased the business. I think they signed the paperwork on Friday. They found out through their religious organization. A family was moving away other opportunities, and I guess just through communication, they found out about it.
Just through connections within their group?
Right.
John?
Yeah. Let's go to Brian and then we'll get to that group.
Okay. Brian Reese, part of Auburn Labels. Like Demetria had said earlier, we had a guy visit our BNI group that brokers sales and stuff, and he said a lot of interesting stuff during his 1-minute presentation where, he was saying, obviously if you have a business for sale, you don't want to advertise it because people will think, okay, the quality's not going to be as good, and, everything else that entails with it, they want out, they just don't care, stuff like that. So obviously you don't want to advertise it. So that's where he said he comes in to broker it, which I'm not sure what his percentage is or whatnot. But one thing he did say that was very interesting. He says there's a lot more buyers than there are sellers, so they're looking for, businesses to sell.
It's a buyer's market.
Yes, and he did say a lot of people want to move to this area. Whether, that was just his 1-minute spiel or whatever, but correct me if I'm wrong, but sounded like this was a really, really good area to sell a business. So I think I got his contact. I think I did do his card, so I'll get it to you.
Okay, great.
John?
Great.
2 things. There are some good websites out there. One of them that I'm familiar with is called businessesforsale.com. And there's different levels. You can spend nothing or you can spend money. And it's a good site. I'd recommend you take a look at it because of the way you can segregate what you have by type of business, the areas, and the sales, the asking price. So when I was looking to buy businesses and when I sold a business, I was able to go in there, look for specific types of business, specific areas. So, or even if you want to spend a specific amount of money, you can do that there. The other thing too is your corporate, your franchisor, do they help in any way, or do they have, are there other CitruSolution franchisees out there like yourself who are looking to expand maybe, or maybe like have an employee who wants to move to the Savannah area, something like that? Have you told them what y'all are thinking about? Have you got any type of help from them?
No, we haven't tapped into that, and that's true. I mean, because there's a lot of citrus owners that are husband and wife teams, you know, and several of those are retired, and so they kind of take it for a couple of years and then they just release it when they can't handle it. And so there's been quite a few that have purchased and sold in the last 5 years, so that's certainly a good idea for us to tap into.
I know, like Minuteman, if I wanted to sell my shop, they have a person, because they're huge, they got 1,000 stores, but they've got a department that helps resell stores. So they may have something.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I would just say, if you look at your book of business and you start looking at some of your biggest customers, your repeat customers, might be an angle there. You could visit with those folks and say, hey, look, we do a lot of business with you. You obviously have a need for this type of business. Then you start talking about, hey, buy this thing, merge it with what you do, that we could expand both.
To kind of go to people who already get the product. And
Yeah, if you've got repeat, because you're talking about either sell to your competitors or your users or people internally. Those are about your three biggest angles right there. Otherwise, when you have a large franchise, you go to them because they're going to have a lot of solutions. I mean, there's going to be people out there. They're recruiting people,
Right.
So they're going to find the people for you. Secondly, if you have any trade magazines that you frequently look at or you're involved with or whatever, look in those things. The back pages of those things, there's always going to be somebody who knows how to broker your type of business.
Right. How much time? Yeah.
You still have time.
I was just going to throw out something real quick. One concern that we had, and it's a great concern when it comes to selling our business, was, well, you guys have been in the community for 25 years. You've had the business for 7 years. If somebody takes on the business, it's going to be an uphill battle because they're trying to continue your reputation. And what we've tried to do with our business over the last 7 years is make our product and service bigger and greater than us. So that way, when we exit, if they just follow the procedures and they're a person of integrity, they should be able to continue what we've started and keep it going. And so I just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody was thinking like, well, you can't just pass on what you built and expect somebody else to be able to do it.
Our CEO really hurt our feelings not too long ago. We were talking about ideas about this to him, and he said that don't want to insult you, but your process and product is 80% of your business, so you're the other 20%. So don't think too highly of yourself. and it's true. It's true. It's an amazing product.
Yeah.
I have a confession.
Okay.
I've actually owned and sold a corporate cleaning company in the past and to run one of that. So, what I did, as far as you're not how to market and sell, you really need to package that thing well. You need to include, your complete database for all these past customers or commercial clients. You need to give them any type of, marketing, advertising stuff that you've done. Definitely at least 2 or 3 years worth of tax returns. And whenever I did mine, I had everything in a presentation manual. And, so I put mine on the market in February of 2006 and it sold in April.
Now, how did you get the person who bought it? Was it word of mouth or was it?
No, I just put an ad in the paper and it was a nice, very well written ad.
Like a blind ad, just a number to call?
Yeah, I mean, we even, just a number, well, I didn't do it that way. I had everybody respond to a Gmail.
Okay.
And, so and I basically, because I was like what you guys are talking about, I didn't want just anybody to have my company.
Sure.
That was my baby, I built it up,
Right.
and I didn't want just anybody to come in and just tear it down.
Sure.
And, so I basically felt like I was interviewing anybody that contacted me about it. I wanted to make sure, because I handed everything on a silver platter. I mean, you didn't have to, you had all your thank you notes, all of your, confirmation letters, anything was already right there. All you had to do was just print it, put it in the mail, and it was gone. Any type of postcards, advertising, everything was already done for you.
Okay.
So, and I pretty much got what I wanted for it. But, now, the way my situation ended up was the people that bought my company, within a year, the gentleman had got severely ill. And they asked us, he was in and out of the hospital a lot. The company was falling down. And so they asked us to come back and manage it for a while until he could get better. He was never getting, he just wasn't getting better. So after we did that for about 5 or 6 weeks, they asked us, did we want to buy it back? And we did, bought it back at a discount, of course. But by then, yes, the company had hurt. And so it's
Okay.
hard to, so,
Yeah.
and whenever I bought it back, I made the owner finance it, because there was no way I was gonna go to the bank or finance
That's definitely a unique story. Was there something, Wayne?
Yeah, Wayne Hart, Daily Trophy and Awards, and also East Main Solution, the handyman business. That's just a little plug since we're networking here. Is there a timeline, how soon you're looking to, possibly to sell? Do you have a timeline you'd like to do it, or maybe this year, or within 3 years,
Good
or
question.
6 months? Do you have a timeline?
Yeah, I mean, we've kind of thrown out a goal that we're shooting for May. That's our 7-year anniversary, and so it's not like a magical date. It's just something we really have talked through, prayed through, talked with our business partner wives, and it seems to be a good goal. So we're looking for May of this year as a goal for us to.
Do you have your financial package to deliver, say, Bob wants to buy your business, financials and the bank if he needs financing? Do you have that package together?
We have basically a full package of what she's talking about.
Right.
As far as a bank offer or a loan or what they would offer, we don't have that.
Okay.
But we can get it. I mean, we have connections with our current bank.
That would be pretty strong, because that's the
Right.
first thing the bank will need is all that package.
Okay.
So that would definitely put you a jump on the sale.
Okay, thanks, Wayne. Last question, Fred.
Two things. I would suggest that if you have a relationship with the bank, that they have an SBA department, that you ask them to do it, to take a look at it, and then give you some parameters on what would be possible for an SBA loan on it, so that when you're talking to buyers. The other thing is you need to have yourself a confidentiality, non-disclosure agreement, that everybody sign it,
Yes.
looks at that, protect yourself.
Thank you. That's good. We've done that before, and so that's helpful. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Thank
So
you,
if
guys.
anybody wants to buy a business, there's one for sale. Thank you to Bob and Jonathan. Obviously, what we share in here, it's up to Bob and Jonathan have basically shared some very personal and important information with this community. And so I would recommend that you discuss it with them of how they would like to go forward as far as sharing this information with other people or clients that you may have. But I wanted to thank both CitruSolutions and Kiddivations for kind of putting something new out on the table for us this month that we haven't seen in the past. It's starting to be a little bit more vulnerable, starting to build that network and that network of trust among everyone here. So thank you very much to both of your groups for that. General thank you as usual to all of you for attending. We're really glad that the College of Business and Biddings continue to support this and bring us together. We do have some upcoming events over the course of the next few weeks. Next Tuesday, we have our Lunch and Learn, and on our Lunch and Learn, we're talking about workspace design, ergonomics, how do you set yourself up successfully in your office to be successful. So Michelle Stewart, who's a Georgia Southern interior designer, is bringing in some of her vendors to talk with us about that, and we'll also be touring the incubator next door if you haven't had a chance to see that. We do have our Entrepreneur Night as well, which is Tuesday, the 23rd from 5 until 7, sponsored by Eagle Creek Brewery, so you know what that means, in addition to Borough Takeout. So if you'd like to join us for that 5 to 7, no agenda for that, simply bringing you together, giving you an opportunity to spend some time networking with each other. We also have our 3-day startup for our students, February 19th through the 21st, and so if you'd like to either attend any of those presentations, be a sponsor, we're always looking for sponsors, or a mentor for any of our future student entrepreneurs. It's a great opportunity for you. And our next big cafe will be March 9th, same time, same place. And again, if you are interested in being a presenter either in March or in any of the future months, please let me know. We're trying to get our backlog together for the rest of 2016 so that we can work with you, help you prep your presentations, and then just offer any of our services. So thank you for coming. Thanks for the recording. Thanks to Kate for the photos, and we will see you on the 16th.
One more thing, I want to give a shout out to Jill and Dominic and all the other folks here, how supportive they've been with advice and just basic support. Thank you very much.